I guess it's time to reveal what my base is. So, dun da da da. Hi, my name is Jesty, and welcome to another episode of WishCraft. Long time no see. So, at the end of episode 1, I asked you guys whether or not I should get armored up and geared up for this episode, or if I should start working on finding a place to live and build my house. You guys wanted me to do the house thing, so that's what I'm going to do. But first, you may be wondering why there was such a long hiatus between episode 1 and now. I have been playing this game a lot, and I've been having so much fun, and I did record another episode. It was longer than episode 1, which was in itself way too long, so my initial plan was to split it into 2 episodes, and I did that, and I completely edited the first part, and I started the third part, so it was going to be episode 2 and 3, and I basically changed my mind about every single thing that I said I was going to do in that episode. I changed my mind about where I was building my house. I changed my mind about how I was building my house. I changed my mind about some of the things that I said I was going to do in the future of this series. So I tried to edit it in such a way that I just kind of removed those parts. But if you guys know, my commentary, I just kind of talk, and a lot of the things I was talking about were the things that I no longer am planning on doing. So I did my best to kind of salvage the clips. I edited that episode so many different times, and I kept revisiting it, and I spent hours and hours and days like trying to get it right. And I was planning to upload it, but I just didn't like it. So I figured the best thing to do was to just scrap it entirely and just start anew. So these next couple of episodes are going to be kind of like catch-up episodes. I'm going to kind of get you guys caught up to speed on what I've been doing on this server. So I also want to explain that for this particular series, my plan is to not do anything involving the new mods in between episodes. I will make sure that I do new mod experiments in episodes, and in between episodes I'll only do like vanilla Minecraft stuff, things that you've seen me do in JestyRealm, like just basically collecting materials and anything that's vanilla, because you've basically seen me do everything vanilla in Minecraft and JestyRealm. So that's my plan, but needless to say, in the episodes that I decided to scrap, I did play around with some of the new mods. So I'm gonna kind of do those again in these next couple of episodes, so I can kind of show you guys how they work, I guess, just in case you've never experimented with them before, because I wanted to be on my channel where I just kind of show you guys like my experience with the new mods, because all of this is new to me. So we'll get to that next episode. This episode, like I mentioned, I'm basically just going to kind of show you guys my house and kind of go over my concept and everything. Okay, here we are. I'm directly behind Apple's house right now. So one really cool thing about relocating my base is I now have neighbors. At first I was just off in the middle of nowhere all by myself, but now I live next to not only Apple, but Taylor as well. And one really cool thing is this river here connects all of our houses together. So I'm gonna do something really cool with the river in the future. But before I unveil my house, it's directly in front of me, I want to mention this. So in episode 1, I mentioned that I wanted to do something very conceptual with my house. I didn't want to build the typical house, so that's what I did, but the conceptual part isn't immediately noticeable. So I want you guys to see if you can figure it out before I actually unveil what it is. I'll give you a clue later, but for right now, I'm just going to kind of reveal the house. I will say this, disclaimer, it is nowhere near done. It's just kind of pieces here and there, but I'm going to explain what's kind of happening so far. So without further ado, here's the reveal. There it is. It's obscured by the fog right now, but I'm just gonna fly on over. And I was very inspired by ancient like civilizations, I guess. So I wanted it to look like this is just like a, not ruins necessarily, but I guess I could make it look like ruins if I kind of made it look more beat up. But by the way, it's all stone because that's what I have a lot of. You'll find out why in a little bit. But this first structure here, this is gonna be a circular kind of pillared structure, and I'm gonna put like a dome roof above this. I kind of started it, but I'm gonna have like a dome roof, and I have a fence over here and this overhang in the mountain. So I'm gonna build my base into this mountain or hill, I guess, and most of my base is underground. We're gonna get to that part later, but I will have things up here. What I'm planning to do with this little set here, I'm gonna make this my stable. So this is where I'm gonna store like the Pegasus and maybe the like hippogriffs when I get those eventually. But yeah, so I'm gonna kind of start revealing what the concept is. Does anything look familiar? Are you able to kind of discern anything out of these randomly placed structures, I guess? I don't know. So I'm gonna turn around. So yeah, here's the clue. Almost everyone on this server, maybe even everyone, is a huge Harry Potter fan, myself included. So that's the clue. Harry Potter fans. But yeah, I guess it's time to reveal what my base is. So dun da da da. On the map, it is the Deathly Hallows symbol. So obviously it's not complete right now. I still need to finish the circle for the Resurrection Stone. The Elder Wand part is done, I guess. And also the invisibility cloak needs to be kind of completed on this side. But you can kind of get the gist of the structure. So one really cool thing is that's not immediately noticeable when you just look at the base from coming up to it. Like, you wouldn't know that just by looking at it. So yeah, that's what I really wanted to do. And another reason why I changed my mind about my initial base that I was building was because I was doing it three-dimensionally, and that was a really bad idea because it basically looked like a pyramid with like a sphere in it and a column going up the center. So it looked a little too conceptual in that form. So I came up with this idea because I thought about it. In JestyCraft, I did the horseshoe stables. I made my horse stables in the shape of a horseshoe, so when you look at it on the map, it looks like a horseshoe. I was like, hey, what if I do this like I did in JestyCraft and make it look like the Deathly Hallows symbols from the map and not actually make the house in the like literal shape of it. And again, when you try to do it three-dimensional, the Deathly Hallows symbol is a two-dimensional thing, so that was already a fail. But it's two-dimensional on the map, so it works out. So yeah, that's the kind of concept. Again, this is just bare structure. I'm going to do more details, and I'm probably going to use different blocks, but right now I use stone because that's just what I have a lot of. So I was just kind of planning out like main elements in the build. So now let's go on into the biggest part of the build, the interior. So I'm gonna get off of the Pegasus for right now. This is a gift that Taylor left for me. I'm gonna open that later, and you'll see why in a bit. But yeah, so this is the interior of the base. I'm thinking about potentially opening this ceiling to the column structure upstairs and just having it be all open, but I'm not sure. I don't know what I want to do about that yet. So yeah, another concept that I was playing with, I wanted water to be a feature in the base. I wanted it to kind of flow along the exterior of all of the rooms. So we descend the staircase into the first room, and like I said, I was inspired by ancient civilizations, so I wanted it to look like the whoever used to live here, even though it's me. But I wanted it to look like they carved these columns and pillars out of the existing stone, and they just kind of created their like underground house. And I have the water just kind of flowing along the edges. I have another room up here. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with all of the rooms yet, but I just have random rooms in different places with the water kind of following. I did think about making the water what is it called, the spring water that heals you, but you can't make an infinite source of spring water. So if I wanted to do that, I would need countless buckets of spring water, which is not feasible in vanilla. So I'm thinking of maybe just making one of the rooms have spring water surrounding it instead of regular water, but I haven't decided which one yet. So okay, let's continue further into the base. So it kind of starts out small and it opens up the further you go. So the only cave that I actually ran into was this one right here. So this made my job a lot easier. I didn't have to dig all of this, but I'm gonna kind of raise this up more because I want it to be like a really kind of grand structure in here. So I have another room up here, again with a couple of pillars and water surrounding it. The only rooms that I have decided on what they're going to be are a couple over here. I do want to mention this. I'm planning on flooding this entire room, and the paths are going to be like docks. So that'll kind of get us across the water. It'll be like wooden docks or something. That's what I'm thinking of. But this room is going to be my chest room. I'm going to put chests in the walls here. I played around with this marble. I only did it here because initially I was going to put these pillars as marble, but again, I like it looking like they carved the pillars out of the existing stone and didn't like add in stuff. So I'm going to kind of sporadically add in marble pillars every once in a while, but not everywhere. But yeah, this room is going to be a chest room. Right here is going to be my enchanting room, and again, it's probably going to be elevated higher. I'll probably have like a staircase that leads up or something. It's not going to all be flat, but I haven't really kind of decided what elevations I'm going to go for in here yet. Okay. This next room here, this is going to be a maze. I'm going to have like a maze that you have to kind of meander through and figure your way out to get deeper into the base. And my plan for the base is the further in you go, the more extravagant and opulent it's going to get. And I'm going to start using more like cooler blocks the further in we go. So yeah, so next up is the biggest room of the base. It's going to be even bigger than what it is right now, but I'm going to turn this into a huge domed ceiling, and I'm going to put like a design in it. It's going to look really, really cool, and this is going to be like the main room of the base, and I'm probably going to store a dragon in here eventually. I don't know, I need to get a dragon, but okay. Over here I have more rooms, one that goes down and another that goes up. I'm thinking I'm gonna need a room for like inventory pets, a room for like collectible the mini heads and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna have a room for everything. I do want to show you guys this. the water changes colors in here because I didn't realize that my base was close to a swamp. So as we go further this way, the water is going to change, but that actually works in my favor because I actually like the different color changing water. I think it's really cool. So this section I haven't completed at all. I haven't completed any of this. Again, this is just like the main floor plan that I kind of have going so far. But this section, each one of these rooms is going to go down lower. So this will be lower. This will be a staircase that leads lower to here. This will be another staircase that leads lower to this room. And yeah, I think it's going to be really cool because you're going to be able to see the whole way through, looking through here, and it's going to constantly be going higher and higher in the base, or lower if you're looking from the other end. And I think that'll be pretty cool. On this side, this room I'm going to dig all the way to bedrock. I only did this little section here just to see how deep I would have to go, because what I'm planning is I'm going to build a rope bridge that connects from that room to this room, and there's just going to be a plummet. If you fall off the bridge, you'll fall to bedrock. But yeah, so that's my plan for this area. Also, whenever I did run into like little caves, I left them open because I'm planning to put like secret passages and hidden rooms in here. I'm going to show you another secret little place. There's a couple over here in this section. So I could put like a painting on the wall and then like hop in here, and then I could like have, I don't know what, but like something in here. And over here is another section that leads to another cave. I think that'll be really cool. That's basically the base so far. I've been digging all of this. As you can see, I did all of this by hand. Like I mentioned, the only like big cave that actually helped excavate everything was this one right here. This was here, so I didn't have to dig all of this. And I'm thinking of making the roof kind of jagged, especially in the opening rooms. And again, like I mentioned, as you get in further into the base, it's going to become more extravagant and opulent and more like designed, I guess. And I'm going to have like things built into the wall. There's going to be like dwellings and stuff inside the wall that I think is going to be cool. That's basically the base. So in the comments, leave me your ideas about like certain rooms that you think I should have in my base. I have a lot of rooms, and I can also add in more if I need to. So like I mentioned, I haven't really thought about what every single room is going to be, just a couple of them. And yeah, I will definitely love you guys' input. But yes, this is Jesty Hallows, I guess you can call it. But yeah, I think it's turning out pretty cool. Again, I have a lot of work to do still. This is like, I'm liking how things are turning out so far. Okay, so now that I've kind of shown you guys my progress on my base, I think I'm going to end the episode here because what I want to do next is going to take a long time. I know this episode wasn't that long, but if I include what I want to do next, it definitely will get very long. So next episode, I want to open all of my gifts. I have so many gifts at my temporary base. I have a temporary base aside from this one, where I've been kind of just storing a bunch of stuff, some of my pets and everything. And we did a Secret Santa, so I have Secret Santa presents. I also have just other Christmas presents, and I have other random gifts there that I definitely want to open on camera and share with you guys. So I think that's what we're gonna do next episode. But I do hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, I didn't do much. I just kind of showed you my base, but I figured that's the thing that you guys were most interested in because that's what you said you wanted to see me do at the end of episode 1. So I hope I explained everything clearly about why there was such a delay in like the episodes and what I'm planning to do in this series. But yeah, we'll see. But again, I am gonna continue to catch you guys up over the next 1 or 2 episodes or so. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And yes, I will see you next time. Bye.